10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Navi's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Good. Glad to be here. And just before this, guys, somebody overslept their class, and it wasn't me. So I'm just, I'm putting that out there. Drag and drop, being so naughty. Nah, I gotta drop that. But it's worth it though. You get Navi now, and Danish Bears, like you. Both of these teams, like you said, they have another chance as it's double elimination, and Danish Bears have been really surprising lately. And I think they'll pick Enchantress right now. Normally they always go for that, yeah. And then the playstyle between Navi and the Danish Bears are similar, very, very similar. They both like running Enchantress and Furion and these really early game heroes that you don't even have a carry. Like sometimes they'll even put Nature's Prophet in the safe lane and they'll just try to end the game before 30 minutes. And that's what Navi does too. So it's gonna be interesting to see how these two play styles clash, because to me they're the same.
Yeah, so that tends to mean a lot of early game rotations, a lot of kills, a lot of pushes coming off of these kills, and usually one team getting momentum over the other. And if that doesn't happen, if both teams kind of trade evenly, then obviously the game tends to go on a little bit longer, where the drafts maybe are not as comfortable, and where some different dynamics are at play that we don't normally see here if you have a late game carry, a traditional late game carry. With a strat revolving around that on a team. But right now the Enchantress pick for Danish Bears, called it immediately. That Witch Doctor and Invoker for Navi, kind of standard picks in this day and age. But now the Alchemist, that's someone that I haven't seen in a while. How do you think they want to run it here?
I didn't get to see how they ran the Alchemist, but their last game that they played was an Alchemist as in their third and final game in a best of 5 series. So it's okay. I mean, I think the hero can be very viable still when you go for that Radiance Rush, and because they have the Enchantress making a lot of space, you could even see him go for the early stun. They might even put it the Alchemist mid, easy ganks on the Invoker, then shut down the Invoker, and then Alchemist can get this fast Radiance, play like the Naga Siren that we all know it can be. It still works, and I think it'll be very effective. I'm just curious to see where they'll put it. They could still even run it safe lane, and we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, there you go. General's Bat Rider obviously taken out, and Danish Bears, they really do love the Spirit Breaker, so banning that out, that's pretty nice. It's Coddle ban. That's something new.
Well, maybe Navi did some more research that we didn't do, because I can't quite remember Danish Bears actually running that all that often. But the Earthsplit obviously also. A bit surprised that it's lasted this long, honestly, but now it's being banned out by DB in the second phase, but that means the Faceless Void still coming through. One of these very strong offlane liberos came back into popularity here, just being able to pretty much survive thanks to the Time Walk, the reworked one, and then have the Chronosphere, the big teamfight control available later down the line, especially with the Witch Doctor already. Put the ward on the outside, have that big physical damage coming in, and also earlier on the Invoker with the Sunstrike. It's as easy of a setup as it gets. So you do get that extra bit of damage that you need in a Chronosphere that you cannot really provide early as the Void, or ever even. But when you look at Void builds, we generally see this utility build like Bling, Vlads, and into the Agnum Scepter or something like that, instead of straight up right-click damage.
Reserve time.
I have the Witch Doctor is really great as well. You're gonna have a lot of the synergy coming in, as we talked about the Sunstrike and whatnot. They're gonna have a lot of DPS. The problem is Danish Bears, they're going for this super aggressive early game strategy. And the Bounty Hunter here is going to be nice, help out, maybe kill the Invoker. Okay, so I was about to say Ursa might be picked up for the Danish Bears. But this is also something really good to counteract the Enchantress here. You get that she doesn't really care about, or the Ursa doesn't really care about the Untouchable until the Overpower runs out. So Danish Bears, I thought they would go for an Ursa because one, it's amazing against the Faceless Void, and I think they're gonna have to leave somebody solo in the Faceless Void. But now they might go back for the two heroes that stand out the most for Danish Bears is Viper and Puck. Like they pick either one of those two heroes almost every game, and so this game is going to be the Puck instead of the Viper. I thought Viper could maybe work out in this game. It helps out a lot against the Ursa, kiting him around. Faceless Void, you can dominate the Faceless Void in lane if they want to put it in the bottom lane, but Puck is here, and this is flagging to me that Alchemist is going to be run safe lane now or something, because I'm really confused by their lanings. That's the biggest thing for me. Where does Danish Bears put their lanes?
Yeah, it does look like the Alchemist safe lane. Bounty Hunter kind of roaming around, helping Enchanters out in the off lane. Now they're gonna pick another kind of babysitting support to help out the Alchemist, maybe set something up. The thing with Alchemist safe lane is, you can still run them in different ways. Like you can still go for this extremely greedy build and farm up for a long time. Until you then come out of the jungle with a gajillion items. But you can also still go for that kind of more aggressive build here, maxing out the acid sprays with concoction, and then even build a medallion or something like that, or shadow blade,
Solar
and then
Crest
start roaming
into
around.
Blink,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
like you said.
Any sort of mobility, any sort of extra minus armor. You can still go for that build out of the 1 position, so that's still not clear. What is clear though, that it's probably not going to be the Puck down there. He's going to be matched up against the Invoker, and that's a matchup that we can talk about when we see it. But now, with the last bands coming out, Bane taken out on the side of Na'Vi, and the Tusk even. Actually makes sense banning that out if the Ursa's already there, having the Tusk as an easy initiation, easy gap closer. So you can get all the smacks off in the slow. Not really what you want.
They also kind of need to have another hero helping out the mid lane for Invoker. Dindy, the way that Dindy thrives on this team is he gets a lot of help from art style early on, either whether it's the Enchantress or Suneko Wisp. Something has to help Dindy early on, else sometimes he will. I'm not saying he's a bad mid laner, he's an amazing mid laner, but they won't have that snowball effect that they're really looking for. And with that Tusk ban, with the Earth Spirit ban, there's not too many options left to really help out the Invoker. And you can't really pick Enigma here because there's a Bounty Hunter on the other side. So it's pretty tough for Na'Vi right now. They need to pick another support hero that's really good at, I want to say, bursting these heroes. I mean, they have a lot of heal. AA would be good, but that could be...
Maybe a Lion or something?
Oh, okay, Oracle.
Oracle. Well, that's a hero that can help out mid, at least in the defensive capacity. But, I don't know, it's not really helping with the burst. I mean,
it helps out the burst against the Enchantress offlane a bit. Because if you get the Purifying... the Purifying Flames up to level... Once you're level 3 for the Oracle, then you have massive amounts of burst magic damage against the enchant.
Yeah, that's true actually. But I was thinking more along the lines of Alchemist later down the line when he gets this level 2 in his ultimate. In the Ursa, if he gets enough swipes off, obviously he will be offset that with the Fury swipes. Invoker has a bit of burst damage, but if he survives through that, then at some point Na'Vi might just run out of quick damage here, of the Ursa's being kited or something like that. So that's a problem that I see.
Perfect game for Invoker to go Yules. And then you can blow up the Alchemist, you can blow up the Enchantress with the Sunstrike Meteor Deafening Blast combo. And that might force the Alchemist to go for, a BKB or something else, not to get blown up.
Alright, so Danish Bears are looking for presumably another support. What they could also do is maybe go for another offlaner, go very, very greedy, put the Enchantress kind of in the jungle near the Alchemist. What are you thinking now? Do you just pick up another support, solid support with extra lockdown, maybe push like a Shadow Shaman?
Yeah, another support hero has to be the key here. Nothing's really screaming at me. They might go for like a dazzle so they can have their own, you know, a lot of sustain coming into the team fights. With Enchantress heal, they'll have another Grave to really help out. But then it's going to be really hard for them to be active around the map. It's kind of like all on the Enchantress and Puck. So, like you said, Axe Enchantress probably going to be fulfilling the off lane here. Or you could even put maybe Axe against the Ursa or the Faceless Void bottom lane.
Yeah.
The problem is you're going to give Faceless Void a lot of levels if you do that. But he should, you know, still do really well and shut down the Faceless Void on the last hits.
At the same time, that's something that the Alchemist can do as well. I mean, Alchemist is one of the better laners, especially against melee heroes, just because of the huge AoE of the acid spray that you don't really want to stand in. So that's the reason they can sort of try and get away this kind of greedy lineup. Puck and mid doesn't need help, Alchemist doesn't necessarily need help, Bounty Hunter can roam around, Enchantress can jungle, Axe in the offlane, that's what I assume right now. Obviously they can switch places a little bit.
10
Na'Vi,
seconds remaining.
their supports not really being very aggressive.
5 seconds remaining.
They can actually get away with that, I feel, with this kind of greedy draft. We shall find out soon.
DB can... I understand what you're saying. Na'Vi, they have like a Witch Doctor and an Oracle. They can't really roam around like you're saying. And then, whereas DB, they have Enchantress and a Bounty Hunter. They can go anywhere on the map that they desire. So it's going to be very interesting. We already have this early TP out here from Artstyle. Blocking off these cans.
Yeah. And with that, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome. My name is Dragondrop. I'm joined by Ryo who's here for the first match in the Epicenter EU and CIS qualifiers. Na'Vi versus the Danish Bears. Take a quick look at the team, starting here on the dire side with Artstyle playing the Witch Doctor. Here we've got Dichara playing the one position Ursa, Saneko on the Oracle. Down here near the Secret Shop we've got General. He'll be taking that offlane Faceless Void into the battle, and then last but definitely not least, it's Dendi on the mid invoker.
Alright, we got the side of the Danish Bears DB. Ace handling the Axe. Ping, I'm just gonna call him Ping so I don't butcher his name. Handling the Alchemist here, we got ASDF handling Enchantress. Hestia Joe playing the Puck, and last but not least, you're gonna have to help me out on this one. This one's a hard one.
Noya. Noya, I would say, yeah.
Noya.
Like annoying, but Noya, right?
So, Noya. Yeah.
It's a bounty hunter.
It's the bounty.
Alright. On 4 on trade here, Pingman check obviously. On that Alchemist getting his one. Looks like he might actually still end up being mid instead. So I was reading that completely wrong. They're gonna put Puck in the offlane, a safe lane Axe. And it looks like Enchantress also trying to aggressively jungle here. ACF is making his way up top, but this camp being dewatered too mean that he'll get a creep to do that with. Maybe not the best one, but Elbow Smasher could have definitely worse.
Yeah, and we need to talk more about the shenanigans coming in from Alchemist. Obviously, you got the first rune. He's already got his bottle up. He's already ahead of the pack here. And it's going to be very annoying. It's going to be very hard to CS against him once he gets up the acid spray. So Dendi could be in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, I see as well. It's going a little bit further forward. There's a couple of right clicks coming in, Na'Vi. Then they eats a tree and he should be fine, but Bounty Hunter at level 2 there, if he had the Janata 2 with the extra slow, might have been dead at Voga just then and there. And we'll just have to wait for Stealth coming out, or his bottle, or whatever it is. It's a Salve on Courier. To feel comfortable going forward again.
No, bottom lane, Ace is getting really aggressive on Saneko here. And top lane, we have this smoke rotation already, Artstyle.
Quick one, he might be caught out. I mean, and yeah, has to Joe. Coming into a couple of right clicks here, Artstyle jumping very low, and the right clicks are enough. Despite the cask on the creeps. First blood, going the way of Danish Bears. Dichara also not quite out of the woods just yet here. Instead, he's going into the woods. With creeps following him, but he should be fine. They don't want to come in across the tier 1s. Instead, they're just gonna try and skip the creep if a little bit, put on pressure with these Enchantress creeps. So nice rotation early on.
And it's, I mean, you're just looking at the other lanes too. With Saneko going for the bottom lane here, it's you can't really do anything against the Axe, and he's just getting a lot of levels, getting a lot of EXP. So Navi's draft, it's gonna be, I have to be on the backs of this Ursa coming back into the game, maybe with some early Roches. So Now we have Noi, and bottom lane actually
Yep.
Ace.
I was looking for Seneko here, a bit of annoyance. Could have maybe gone for the call earlier during when he was at the creep camp. He got the kill there, or at least more damage up on Seneko, but as it stands, I had enough already. I mean, this axe can manhandle both of these heroes, and as you said, there's not a whole lot they can do about it. At the same time, what else is Seneko gonna do in the upper lanes, right? And now he might just end up dying here. Noya comes in, waits for an opportunity, there it is. Bit of a slow read to be perched off. And that means Seneko might be far and away. Another fairy fire being eaten, and that'll push him over the edge. Oh yeah, with the Orb of Venom doing quite some work. And now General though, a couple of extra right clicks going the way of the Bounty Hunter. Kind of trying to scare him off a little bit, but they're still fine, they still have some regen available.
Yeah, just mid lane I'm watching Ping versus Dindy here. Oh, bottom lane, like you said, Snake, does he have enough mana for this? No, doesn't have enough. Could have potentially got that kill if he had 2 Purifying Flames here, and there's so much action top lane.
The Saturn Hadouken comes out before the death. He tries to salve up. Right clicks are too much. Puck gets the kill on the Ursa, just a little bit too far out. Enchantress still sticking around. They're making it work with the creeps. Just a lot of impact already.
And really well drafted so far from the Danish pair, and nice rotations coming out. I guess the one good thing that we talked about is still General will be getting his levels in the off lane. He's gonna have to make some huge chronos getting his team back into this game. Alchemist is gonna have complete free farm in the mid lane. We haven't really seen. Let's see if he gets to the next rune. Bottom lane is the fight. Illusion. Oh, Denny needs to. Yeah, Denny did a good job there, denying the top rune with the Forge Spirit. Really well played. That would have been like another 400 or 500 gold in the bank of Ping.
He's already sitting at the top of the net worth chart, as you would expect. 2 points up into the Grievous Greed. Not a single point into the stun just yet, so he's going for a more lane dominating / last hit oriented build. See, very viable here if he can get the last hits and support it. So far, he's definitely doing it. Then he's still ahead, just in terms of pure creep score. But Darkness getting exactly what it needs here, and once again comes back to Na'Vi not really being able to put on real pressure on him just yet.
Yeah, it's just because they banned out the perfect last hero in the Tuskar, so you can't be able to. Oh, now we have Seneko though. Ooh, there we go.
Going in with the Fortune's End, knocking people check down a little bit. Sunstar comes out. Well, just as I said that, they proved me wrong. They managed to grab the kill between the insane damage output actually. That is a cold snap with the Forge Bridge bashing away. Then the Fortune's End, a great setup for the Sunstrike. Meanwhile up top, Sujo should be alright with the Orb out. He did take a bit of harassment himself. Artstyle now taking it upon himself. Try and zone him out, but at the same time, ACDF comes in with 2 creeps set up here with a net, and now follow-up stun from the Centaur before the cast come out and stop it. Didgerar gets a clap off. Hesijo comes back in. Now is trying to bring down Enchantress here, but he got the heal out. Didgerar still gets the one last swipe despite the 2 points up to the untouchable. Somehow the Ursa survives. Puck, not lucky. He used the orb aggressively to try and help with the kill. But Noya was the one. Actually, he gets it, but Noya's help, and now that stun will miss. Artstyle hopping along, has a bit of mana to heal himself up, so he should be fine unless Noya is able to make something happen here with Artstyle on the retreat. But yeah, he's sticking to the tier 1 tower for now. Bounty Hunter still on the loose, so a lot of action up top here.
I mean, action everywhere right now, constantly, and just really well played so far from Seneko. Rotating to the mid lane, getting a kill. Top lane though, Artstyle, you've overstayed your welcome, buddy.
God.
Oh boy. And that's the biggest problem too. If you start feeding over the Bounty Hunter, getting that fast level 6 in this situation, when they already have a really good laning stage, it's going to be very problematic.
Yeah. I think the Alchemist gets a lot of money. If you have a Bounty on a team, it's a similar kind of investment.
Oh, bottom lane.
Everyone on bottom lane. Ace gets a call off in general. There's quite a bit of damage here. Now time dilation comes out. Nice little cast bounty between him as well as the axe, as well as the rage creep there. Both played it from Artstyle, then a setup for the Sunstrike, not even needed that kill, and now at the same time that also secures Roshan. They have a sentry outside, catching Noya here, still in range of it. They can try and come around to bring him down. A couple of extra swipes will do it here. The bounce back from Roshan, helping out to secure and yet another kill. So just like that, now we are back in the game. Exactly how they drafted it for as well.
Yeah, It's just because of the rotation so far. Navi's just playing really well. Seneko so far has done everything superbly. Artstyle's healing has helped out so much in the top lane with his voodoo restoration, keeping them alive. The trade-off will be a tier 1 for Roche, so at the end of the day, DB, at least they're happy with that. So, and we're going to have level 6 pretty soon on the puck. That's going to help out a lot if they want to start setting up things. And the biggest thing too is when Enchantress gets 6. Once we start seeing these impetuses flying out, ASDF maybe can start dishing out a ton of DPS to really help out DB penetrate through this this Ursa right now, because they're gonna need a lot of DPS to bring him down.
Well, indeed. I mean, the bright side, they do have some ways of controlling him. Obviously, with the couple of the slows, with the axe kind of taken up with the call, the extra armor, kind of being able to occupy him for at least a little bit. Then obviously the coil from the puck is gonna be the biggest thing, right? Just catching him, that making sure that he can't chase you for a while, and at that time you have to try and deal with the rest of Navi's lineup. That's not easy anyway, because Oracle, Seneko, he already got his level 6, he's got the False Promise available to save someone. There's still a Chronosphere available on General, haven't seen one yet. Zenouch, maybe go again on Ace, there it is, first Chronosphere of the game, followed up by Sunstrike. And it's a couple extra right click though, that's a very tanky axe, and now call comes out, General will pop it, and not actually be stunned by it thanks to the time walk out, but now Noya was there with the extra slows, and then the follow-up from the
That's a
coming in with
huge
the coil.
kill. Such a huge kill. That's a level 8 Void going down, and that gives the level 5. And Bounty Hunter should... I was surprised that he doesn't just stay down in the bottom lane. Axe should maybe rotate into the jungle, and so the Bounty Hunter could get 6. But they just want to keep applying so much pressure. And just look at these wards. I was going to talk about them earlier when the Roche was going down. They put a ward down in the mid lane and a sentry, so they scouted the Bounty Hunter going to the Roche, and then again over here on the Radiant side, scouted him out. They know where the Bounty Hunter is right now.
Might be able to rotate around. They don't quite have extra detection yet, but there's a smoke up on the back of it. Use that information, knowing that the Bounty Hunter is somewhere else. Try and put on pressure here on this bottom lane. Got General in the front lines, kind of playing bait a little bit, but either you know something's up, or he just feels like he doesn't want to farm as close to tier 1 anyway. He's in the jungle right now, so they have to make their way in there. They want to find him. Not the easiest kill, but
No,
3
50
heroes
gold
between
before
them.
he blinked.
Ah, there it is.
Feel
Sunstrike
bad.
committed, even the Death Ward. That's a Blink Dagger put on hold for a while.
It's like dying with 1 gold before you can buy like TP or wards or anything. I mean, just... It's so frustrating. You're like, oh, I'm spam buying, oh wait, can't
I'm
buy it.
dead. Feels bad, man, or something. Meanwhile, Dendi, talking a lot about gold, he had the Midas pretty early. Going into the drums, kind of standard build these days on Invokers.
Radiant's bottom tower
There's
is
drums,
under
and
attack.
then depending on what you want, maybe Eels, maybe Aghanim Scepter, maybe something else. But that's pretty much his item progression saved with the Midas already. So early, and also the level progression. Dendi up to level 9 already. Up there together with the Axe as well as the Alchemist.
This is going to be really good for them. They're going to have both of the Blink Daggers now online for the Puck and the Axe. And I'm very worried for Na'Vi. Now they have for DB, they have a lot of great initiating plays. So once these are online, they're going to also have the tracks, as we talked about a lot. They're going to be able to chase down a lot of these heroes from the side of Na'Vi. But at the same time, Na'Vi have a ton of burst damage coming out with the Ursa, with the Invoker. If they can just get their hands on anyone, they might be in trouble.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Now Navi's setting up for a bit of a push, but Danish Bears are here with pretty much 4 heroes in this general area. And they do have the coil. Can they actually fight this now with Didgeridoo still holding onto the edges?
Just needs another 50 gold story right now for the Puck here.
Well,
Oh, they got it
right
top.
now at least. And oh god, they got him with the Chronosphere, as well as the counter with the Death Ward. Caught the tail end of that one.
What
He
the
was
hell,
split pushing,
man?
he was split pushing, didn't actually expect the rotation out, but
No, it's just 50 gold again. He died 50 gold short. And then
oh, Didgeridoo, that might be the Aegis pop here with the Impetus doing some work. Not quite yet though. Still alive. Oh yeah, that doesn't want to trigger it obviously.
It's
no
running
difference,
out,
but
and
yeah,
there it is.
That's the heal coming out. Would have made no difference whatsoever.
Chat's gonna flame him. Oh, you retard! You could have. No, he's still an Aegis guy. No, but it's yeah. Top lane here. Has to Joe. Feel so bad for the guy. He could die here again because he just orbed aggressively.
And he has a bit of extra lockdown. Play with General comes in with a bit of a slow, but face boots on park makes him pretty damn quick. And the orb was coming off cooldown as well. Again, using it aggressively to try and drag the creep wave back, but with that he should finally be able to get close enough to his blink dagger. And Axe should have it by now. That is there. Get up. Now TP into the middle lane. As they he spots out Oracle here in a bit of a compromising position. Can they get close enough? Got Hessie Joe. And it is. Purge off on a slow, but the call comes out. Snake with a false promise. He wants to fight. Please, he wants to spend some time, I suppose. There's a meatball coming up from the top. Snakeo's still alive. Noya, he will be caught by the center ward. And now Axe comes in, finds that kill, but he misses the dunk. And now no extra movement speed for you guys, but still General all alone here. Invoker on the top side, unable to really contribute a whole lot. General obviously able to take time walk out. Now Artsal with that death ward as well to Maledict and Ace should be enough to finish him off, especially with the extra right clicks coming in. General just coming in, committing to make sure that is the case. 2 for 2 trades so far. Looks like that'll be the end of it. That was an interesting fight, to say the least.
Yeah, I think they got 1 track kill out of that on the Oracle. And
could be.
Mid lane, here we go.
Stun charged up here, the silence onto General. It's a counter knock out immediately, and a couple of swipes from Pingwincheck on that Acid Spray will secure the deal. So hey, nicely done. I think there was a track kill too.
Yeah,
it was. So this is something that you have to watch out for. Track can just ruin your life if you're Navi right now, if you keep giving up these small little kills.
Top lane, Bear versus
ACF,
Deer.
Stun Strike comes out, perfectly placed.
And the Sun wins.
The Sun God bending the rays down upon the earth.
Oh, they got Dindy's number right here.
They find him, Ace gets him with a call, another track comes out, should be able to keep up, and everything. And the kitchen sink being thrown at this Invoker guy. Venge for the Sunstrike kill, so hey, pretty good one.
Yeah, it's so scary right now for Navi. They have to be really worried because they don't have a blink on their own Fuzzy Wuzzy, and they really need to have one on the Faceless Void too. So their initiation right now, it's really lackluster. Whereas as DB, they have 3 blink daggers now. They have the bounty hunter constantly running at people, so it's really hard right now to be in Navi's shoes. So DB, they need to keep pressuring. They're doing a really good job right now. I mean, looking at the bounty hunter here on Noe, he's doing really good. He's halfway to his mech. He only needs about 800 more, and they're just putting a lot of pressure right now.
Find a couple more people here inside their own jungle if they want to go for that instead. Checking out Roche, hasn't respawned just yet. As a result, it's General and outside here, Dandy in the back, who has his own blink dagger now, so he definitely wants to add to his mobility, but now might get collapsed upon. Who's finding who? That's the big question here. They're gonna go with the Crocus City Hall to Pingwincheck. That's not the easiest target to bring down. Cut with the back outside, unable to get his death ward up. They will still finish off the Alchemist here. So it's a 1-for-1 trade so far, but Dandy caught with a call. No way for him to go with track as well. False promise comes out, keep him alive a little bit longer. Now Ursa joining the party. He can't quite finish off the puck though, as Ace and Noya doing enough damage to the Dandy to make sure that he still ends up falling. Now ACF, he's just running in, he doesn't care. That's a little time dilation everyone. That might be enough to actually prohibit anyone else from rotating in even further and trying to chase, but still got the track on the Ursa. He has a blink though as well now. So all should be fine, but it's still a win for DB overall, I would say.
Yeah, getting those 2 track kills at the end of the day, I think it was worth it. Let's see. There was 5 tracks, but we don't know exactly how many it affected. So at the end of the day, still a good trade. Alchemist going down, that does hurt a lot because he has the most net worth, and so it's giving a lot of the gold back over. But they did get Dindy at the end of the day, and they are scouting out Roshan right now. That's the biggest thing, right? Nobody got anything out of that team fight. No towers, no map control, no Roche. So now they have eyes, DB. They could do Roche pretty quickly themselves with the Acid Spray, with the Armlet. They also have Untouchable on the Enchantress, so she can tank it up. So whoever wins this next team fight, it seems like it could be up for grabs.
Speaking of map control, I mean, we do see the ward walls coming out across the river line here. Pretty much all of the wards on the map concentrated there, apart from this defensive setup here in the Dice jungle. But when it comes to towers, the team with the Enchantress only got the one tier 1 up top. Would you have expected that, or... Oh, actually, hang on. See a fight here, Soneko pops the dust, now he's gonna get gone, I might just die immediately to the Dark. Ninja comes in with a beautiful cast in the back, now the drone's VM too. Cast coming back in, a little bit redundant there, but now...
All the mech.
Bit of a combo here, not just, yeah, only the Deafening Blast. It's not gonna be enough. The Jiraiya actually is tracked down with the Shuri toss as well as the Blink and the Silence. Making Shuri ends up dying. It's a 3-for-1 trade for DB. Is RV just, they had beautiful control, but didn't have the damage at the ready to follow it up with.
Oh yeah, our style got, like you said, it was a really good cast, but he just got immediately followed up by the Alchemist, and yeah, then he just wasn't there in time. He just couldn't add enough to the TPS and to the Chronosphere. So if he was there, they could have potentially gotten 2 kills maybe before the Bounty Hunter got his mech off. But and now with these ultimates on cooldown here for General, that's the one bad problem about their lineup. Wait, you're putting everything on General right now to make these huge ultimates.
Is going in way too deep here. The call comes out. There's the track. A couple of right clicks to the track here. Might be able. No way for time walk out of that one. Ace with the dunk gets yet another kill. It was a questionable decision. I guess it was space created with not having the ulti anyway, but not really. I mean, okay, Roshan is falling extremely quickly now. If Ursa popping his ulti, will be able to blink out, so the coup in that sense has worked. But is it really worth it just giving up a Faceless Void running in like that just to secure Roche at this point?
It's a good question. I mean, they're going to get a tier 1 tower out of this most likely. So probably not. It was a track kill given over the way of DB too. But I mean, this could work out for the benefit. They think they're safe. Faceless Void will have the chrono now.
It is. Triple silence though from the puck. Triple call. So they condition around outside. Still not quite dead just yet. I need some follow-up. Stun comes out. Big Neko gets outside. A couple right shoot to the trick before he can re-get the death ward off. So Neko will keep himself alive with that orb. Nice little jump back here from Puck. Barely able to survive. And no blinks in. Triggers the Aegis. No fear at all on this guy. Everyone's still alive on the side of DB, and now they have to chase. They have to make something else happen. The General caught by Ace once again. Time walks out this time though. Now Snake and Didger on the side. They're looking for a target here. Didger with a bit of a slow, tries to focus on the axe, but not the easy side. Bring down once again. Another stun comes out of Snake with a track kill. General, next one on the list, double call. There's the dunk, double dunk.
Oh,
double kill for the axe. Now Dandy, well, they don't have detection, I don't think, at the ready. So he will be the last man standing, but DB, they're coming out swinging here up against Navi.
Oh yeah, no, they just hit their great timing window, and I mean, Artstyle is doing as much as he can from the grave because he's always he gets off the cast, right? And it makes a lot of bounces and really good plays, but he's dead. So they don't have that death ward, adding all that burst damage to the team fights, and what a coil. And the silence coming out from Puck. That was amazing setup there. But I mean, at the end of the day,
I didn't even know how fun the initiation. I don't think this one reaches across like that.
I think he might have had a track or something.
Maybe.
I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, that was definitely didn't have the vision. I don't think either.
It's definitely the best case scenario there for DB getting this kind of initiation. If that didn't happen, if Navi got the Chronosphere off first on a couple of targets with a longer death ward as a result, then things might have turned out differently. But as it stands, if we look at the graphs, with all the track gold coming out, DB is closing in on that coveted 10,000 gold advantage mark. Experience similar story, they're about 6k ahead now, up to 6k. So they're in control of this game. The question is, do they have a timing that they need to hit with these heroes?
I don't think so. I think their heroes are really good. Maybe another 10-15 minutes, and then you want to start putting a lot of pressure just because of the amount of control Ursa can give. Once you start getting the Aegis and the cheese on the dire side, it can become very annoying going into the later stages of the game. But right now, Alchemist plus an Axe, I think it could be enough. And the biggest thing in the last team fights for DB is just they're not grouping up as 5. They're not getting caught out with the Chronos. At most, it's going to be 2 people in one, and they have the track. the biggest thing right now for me is just this track movement speed. Art style, you're
so-
way too far out, buddy.
Well, Trackle, Dandy, maybe it was a bait. That's still alive for a little while longer, but it's already a meatball coming out. The Invoker.
top tower is under attack.
Not even close to be enough to stop this push, and that's still another tier 2 going down. They claimed 2 towers after the big fight in the middle lane, and now the 2 here in the off lane. So we talked about map control earlier, or at least I was trying to bring it up, but now it's kind of evened up when it comes to DB at the very least.
Yeah, their biggest problem is probably
Radiant's
pushing
middle
high
tower is
ground
under attack.
right here. I mean, they can try to do it. I think they are stronger, but the positioning has to be kind of perfect. So, and they don't want to risk it. They don't have a Desolator. They don't have, you know, an Ag's Tiny or anything. So pushing high ground is really hard when you don't have the Aegis on your side, because they don't do that like any damage to towers right now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Alchemist can kind of chip away at it, but
Yep.
with the build that he went, he doesn't quite have the big right click yet. He's one for a bit of a middle of the road kind of thing.
He can die pretty easily too. Like that's the thing. He needs to have Aegis or he needs to have a BKB, and he has to pop the BKB as the Chrono is going off on him. Because if you have the Sunstrike, the Meteor, and the Deafening Blast on you, nobody's gonna survive that. You would need a heart for this Alchemist so he can survive that.
Well, they do get themselves a gem now to try and deal with the wards that are still coming out from Na'Vi, so doing a good job trying to keep the vision up. They have this aggressive one up here on the high ground, and then still this one on Roche Pit about to expire. Oh, Dagon Puck. After the Euros, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, it's good help out a lot to blow up the people. Like, you saw that last team fight where he initiated on 3 of the heroes. They don't have a mech on Na'Vi, so them kind of getting back up to full life is kind of all predicated on these magic wands. Right now, we have Artstyle walking around 17. Snako has only 1 right now. But if you can have enough burst damage to take out one of these supports, as we've seen, it helps out tremendously for the team fights.
Actually, if you... Yeah, I mean, these supports are so crucial in that Na'Vi actually being able to take a team fight. Think of the Oracle, think of the... it's mostly the False Brahmin at this point, making sure that probably the Invoker can get stuff done when he's being focused down. Obviously, the purge is also nice to get rid of tracks here and there, so that's also a big utility. Then if you look at Artstyle, if he doesn't get the Death Ward off at this point, they're gonna lack in the damage department. That's what you were touching on earlier. So these supports are absolutely crucial, and Navi's ability to take team fights. Well, might lose a couple of them here. They do get caught out. 5-man smoke from DB, trying to find someone, but maybe a little bit obvious here. All lanes kind of being pushed across the river. Yeah, Navi, they know something's up. Everyone's missing across the map, so they just hide in their own base.
Yep. It's about 25 minutes is normally when you start seeing some gems be purchased. Sometimes you see teams pick it up at 30, or you know, if there's a techies in the game, you pick it up at like minute 1. But this game, it's yeah, the map control is going to be a huge issue for the side of Na'Vi and DB. They don't want to let Na'Vi get outside of the base. They don't want them to get Roche. So picking up a gem right now would be very beneficial. And yep, there we are. Puck obviously had it there, and Hestia Joe. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? Damn it.
I did.
But,
I did talk about the gem.
oh
dude.
yeah, sorry.
Oya was buying it, and then Puck picked it up.
Ah, that's right.
Just have to listen to me, man. It's all it takes.
You know, I normally listen to people.
Yes,
but...
of course.
Nah, just kidding.
But not me. Yeah, I get
That
it.
was, I
of
wasn't
course.
even going there.
I know what you
going
wanted to say, man. I accepted it a long time ago, but hey, moving on. Ace farming up the Iceland Ancient because this is just the position that they are in the game. Navi's playing, having to play so fearful right now.
Oh, yeah.
They know if they get caught out one more time with the, like this, General almost could cover the stance there. They get caught out one more time on their own side of the map. They lose a couple of heroes maybe without buybacks, and it should be Rax time. Aegis or no Aegis.
Oh,
at least Roche
Dandy.
time, which is back
Not
up
like
in a
this,
month's time. Dandy's tracked up. Now General's doing Chronosphere here. Need a little bit more damage. So there it is. Meanwhile, back with Dandy gets blown up. Maybe not so fast with false prophecy. Everyone's still alive with the Giraffe. Goes to change that, at least on Enchantress. Ace gets a duck on the outside of the barrel lead, but now he's being tracked down by General. But Penguin check zoning him out. So 2 for 1 so far And they will even
General!
get General here.
Oh.
He gets the time walk, but it's still super slow. With Ace coming in with another dunk. Unstoppable spree indeed. Yet another double kill. That Blink and that 4-staff definitely putting in some work. Yeah, once again, that was a beautiful Chronosphere, but they just didn't have the damage follow-up immediately at the ready.
Yep. And Dindy's gonna have to buy back for this, but they will hold the high ground. How are we looking on the Roche here? Oh, we got another long
That's a long
time.
timer, okay.
It's like max.
Really close to max, yeah.
But it was, yeah, like you said, just not enough DPS there. And Dindy used the deafening blast before he like he was like, oh, I gotta use it right now. But and then they just jumped in on top of him. Like so far, Ping has been playing amazing right on his Alchemist. He knows who to jump in on, and he knows who to blow up first. Like he's going in the back lines, he's killing off the heroes that he needs to, the supports, Dindy that time, and they're doing a really good job. The one problem is Hestia Joe didn't get the initiation this time. It was the other offlaner, right? We were talking about. So
Initiation is one thing. Need to be able to follow up, and yeah, it's as you said, Dandy, he was on prime position, right? The Chronosphere was right here where Sentry is right now, and Dandy was standing right here. But the rest of DB on the high ground just went in right on top of him. Chandra's getting the impetus damage out, and doesn't even have a Dragonlance, which is maybe a bit curious, just when goes for the Ghost Scepter now instead. It's interesting, just against the Ursa, I suppose.
yeah, it's really good against the Ursa. That's mostly what he's countering him for. Obviously, if Denny, well, since he has Ags now, he's almost gonna have level 16 too. So you're gonna have that, 2-second cooldown soon. It's gonna help out a lot. You can spam your Alacrity. That helps a lot against the Untouchable, and you can do an insane amount of DPS too. So with him spamming that out, it could be even for the Invoker later on into the game.
Dire's top tower is under
Well, top
attack.
lane, Ace is split pushing while the entirety of Navi is moving as one single unit. Now TP comes out. Might want to spend a Chronosphere just to try and bring down the Axe if they have to. But so far, Ace already moving out. General will have to try and farm up a bit, but this tier 2
Dire's
tower
top tower
pretty
is
close to
under attack.
dying here already. Now this is smoke up. Rest of DB looking to rotate in. Pigment check a little bit closer to mid lane, finds out stuff. And it creeps here, just blinks in. There's a stun, that should be it. Dead Witch Doctor. I don't know, 3 people this time, but it also
Did use
caught the
Chrono.
Giraffe. Well, no one quite dead just yet. Noya might just be caught with all the AoE, but they're still all pretty much healthy. That's Joe trying to be looking for another target here, just blinking in and out, taking so much attention. In general, well, there was a second one being picked up. Just Navi just can't seem to lock on a target. I mean, we've had Ursa try and bring down the Enchantress. Everyone else kind of trying to chase the puck, which is insane at this point. With the Yule's Phase Shift, the Orb, and the Blink Dagger, you just can't catch him.
Yeah, the Ghost
Spit him.
Scepter was amazing there because
That's
it
it,
saved
yeah.
him. He Ghost Scepter, then healed up immediately, and it wasted all of the Ursa's time.
Yeah.
Like he recognizes for the Ursa, it's like, okay, well, I can't really kill the Alchemist until he's low. I got caught in the Chronosphere, which
With the
completely
BKB
hurt him.
going as well.
Yeah, and like the only target he could go on was the Enchantress, and then he realizes, oh my god, she has a Ghost Scepter. What the hell? So.
Gonna take
And-
the Aegis and the cheese.
And then this is where DB are like, thanks, Navi, for doing Roche 2 times earlier, so I can get an easy cheese.
They're just in such a good position right now. I mean, look at the gold graph. About 20k, so close to that almost insurmountable lead. More than 10k in terms of experience advantage. The thing is, a lot of that net worth is still on the Alchemist, as you would expect. He has some Soul Curas and a BKB of his own now on the Curia. So, I mean, normally you say, alright, when the net worth is concentrated on one hero, if you bring that hero down, then it's kind of dead weight. Kind of skewing the balance a little bit, but can
Right.
you actually bring Alchemist down in this game?
We haven't seen it yet. I
Yeah.
mean, the 2 deaths are early on, it feels like. Noe? Noia?
I feel like if they, yeah, I feel like if they can somehow lock him down, but all they really have actually in terms of lockdown, it's like a very short one, very interval based, like the cast. Can't really hold in place for too long if unless you get a monster cast next to a creep or something. Maybe Cold Snap from Invoker, kind of Deafening Blast. This is the stuff that you would need to rely on. Or maybe a Chronosphere with the Alchemist right on the edge, and the Ursa not running into it, but able to hit from the outside, which is very, very hard to actually pull off. So I think they need a lot of hits from the Ursa to really quickly bring down an Alchemist. But now, oh yeah, he will get caught, gets the track off. Now a little bit extra help. The Chronosphere will miss this time around, but at the very least, Stones the baby out for a little bit. Hardstyle would end up falling. Noya got the invis off, he's still alive. 2 heroes down, the support from Navi already back to base, back to the farm. The Jira has his ultimate going, has his BKB going, but still being tracked down. Blinks forward, couple of right clicks will do the trick. It's a double kill for the Alchemist this time around, and Navi just don't seem to find a way out of this mess. Danny is there with the meatball to try and deal with the crease more than anything else, and will accomplish that for the most part, but there's a new wave already coming in. This should be dead tier 3, even with Digera buying back.
Yep, they just... I mean, you just saw that amazing force staff, and then General got so greedy he wanted at least 2 of the heroes in there, and then completely whiffs. And initiation from Ace. This is looking very grim for Navi. They don't have Chronosphere, they don't have the lockdown for this out. He's got BKB now. He's immortal. There's no way.
Yes, indeed. I mean, they can just stand there, don't give a damn. Digera comes in, tries to go on ACF, but with the Ghost Scepter, it's impossible. That is ultimate, dodging a lot of damage now. Jungle the time relation, just trying to help out. Now the False Promise. This is where Digera has some more time, and just be kited around. Now gets Ace, as he's force-stuffing right into them, but he'll just blow up. General, next one on this, Silence Up, no way to go. Sunstrike, just a good measure, but just marking his grave at this point. Hardstyle got himself his own Ghost Scepter. Very least, so he doesn't die as quickly. Tracks her out, Dandy unable to do anything on this Invoker. Came against the world, but just not enough. That tier 3 will fall, and DB they have no reason to stop right now. There's no buyback on Ursa. Buyback on Faces Void either. Take the check, 1, 2, 3, give it to the pack, why not? To base gaming, and now Coil on 2, Snake will be down, Dandy dropping low. Get to be down here because he just dies to the burst too quickly, and the GG well played is called.
Yeah, their draft. It was kind of a drafting fault, but DB, like, not many people know about this, but they beat Team at Venom, and I think at Venom the Greeks are amazing right now. They're playing really good, yeah. And then DB just completely annihilated and crushed them. So them winning right now, it's not even surprising me at all. Like the Danish Bears here, they're playing really good right now, and I think it all is predicated on the Enchantress. So they really need